Hello everybody, this is American Sequel Predictions and I'm back with a new video. Today this is my thoughts on the 2022 United States Senate prediction in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has always been a swing state. Even John McCain tried it in 2008 but failed. The state went for Trump in 2016, then went back to Biden narrowly. The state once again, very close, gonna be close. This race is probably going to be just as close as Georgia for the Senate. However, I think Herschel Walker, will eke out the win, even as the state's trending blue. So I'll start with the Republican candidates. So here's all the Republican candidates. Katie Barnett, I don't really know a ton about. Looks like he ran for Pennsylvania's 4th Congressional District, which is pretty Democratic. However, I think this person cracked 40% there, though, surprisingly. Montgomery County usually doesn't really get that. The votes aren't really that high for the GOP. It's usually a moderate county, and I'll tell you about it later, about Montgomery County. Sean Parnell's the Trump-endorsed candidate. He is the candidate, I think the best candidate to run for the Republicans. Carl Sands don't really know a ton. Evett Stern, he looks like that guy. He looks like just some woke liberal. I don't know. He doesn't really look that good looking. Although maybe good looks aren't the best. And then Craig Snyder, this guy, big neocon, and I'll tell you why. Let me just. Where is he? Yeah, this is the guy. He's the Wayback Machine. Big neocon. I wish I could do a video about him, but I'll tell you why he's a neocon. If we keep going down, that's just basically the Republican candidates. Jeff Bardos has to probably be the best. Probably has to be the second best choice for senator. I mean, he did run with Scott Wagner in a blue wave year, but Tom Wolf was popular back then. He's awful right now with that mask mandate in the state. He's from here. This is actually a pretty Democratic township, also from Montgomery. Is it me, or do I feel like most of these people are from Montgomery County? Like it's not from Central. I think we need someone from Central Pennsylvania for once. Sean Parnell from Pittsburgh. Basically, everyone else is from the Philly suburbs. Actually, I didn't know Clara Sanders is actually from Central Pennsylvania, Mechanicsburg. So, got the endorsements. Katie Barnett. Vernon Jones, I think he has a good shot at running for governor in Georgia. He flipped this seat in 2020. I think it's like Salt Lake City area. Stacey Gardaty, I'll tell you more about her. She ran for treasurer in 2020 and surprisingly won. This was her election race. She won by a little over a point. She is just too good for the state. I think she's actually a pretty Trumpian candidate. Trump did a rally in Lancaster County campaign for her. However, she still lost Chester, but did way better than Trump did at the presidential level in Chester. I think Trump got 128,000 votes here, and I think Biden got like 180 here. So already, Stacey Gardaty, I think it's just Trump's rhetoric. You could run a populist, and I can guarantee you that Chester County will trend. Even if Sean Parnell runs, he won't be doing as well as other Republicans in the past. But I think he'll still outperform Trump because I just don't think the county likes Trump's rhetoric. So I think Stacey Gardady proved that. It also, I think Heather Heidelball, if you didn't know her, she ran for the attorney general in Pennsylvania in 2020, lost to Josh Shapiro, but somehow did better than Trump. She was pretty weak. She wasn't able to get out that Western Pennsylvania vote like Gardy or Trump or yeah, and still did. She actually did better, I think, in all of these, except for Bucks. Bucks has always been the more swing out of all the Philadelphia suburbs. Uh, so yeah, Chester, it just doesn't like Trump. I don't think it likes populism, but the Republican candidate will definitely. Another Republican candidate like Ron DeSantis will probably improve in Chester just because it ain't Orange Man. But we'll probably lose the county. But we'll do better than Trump. Uh, uh, so yeah, Trump's already endorsed Sean Parnell. I don't really think this will affect the Philly suburbs. Uh, yeah, this guy, solid candidate. Some representatives endorsed him in Trump Jr. I expect Sean Parnell to narrowly win, but however, depending on the candidate. Oh yeah, here's Craig Snyder, neocon. This guy actually regret voting for Trump in 2020 and vote for Biden. He looks like he's coping right now. That's probably when. That's probably like when Trump was acquitted. That's probably his face. He just looks so. He looks so evil, kind of. He looks like he's gonna grow up to be like a General Milley. Uh, Joe Walsh, I remember him. He ran in 2020, more of a moderate, but still lost. Craig Snyder, he's acting like we must defeat Trumpism and socialism. I don't think that's going to work out, especially since Pennsylvania Pennsylvania's pretty polarized by politics. Um, uh, so here's the Democratic candidates. John Fetterman and Connor Lamb, I think, have the best shot. This guy doesn't really have a shot at all. Neither does this guy. Val Arkush she's Montgomery County, the third largest county. I don't really want Montgomery County deciding every election. Montgomery County is cringe. It's also a cringy moderate county from the Philly suburbs. And I saw her campaign ad she made. She for half the video she made is just talking about healthcare and how I can protect it. She only mentioned like Trump once and is like, we must defeat the Trumpian candidate, and that was it. She didn't really talk about the infrastructure. So yeah, she's gonna lose. It's clearly that's just gonna be John Fetterman versus Connor Lamb in the primary for the Democrats, and whoever comes out front will be the nominee. I think Connor Lamb will probably do better in the Philly suburbs than John Fetterman because I think Fetterman's more of like a radical. I think it's gonna be kind of like that Ohio 16th, but maybe I think probably way more toward Connor Lamb, though, because Pennsylvania overall is a moderate state. I do expect Fetterman to have a shot in more of like he might do well in areas like in the primary. He might do well in areas like I don't know, like probably the rural counties up in the north, but he'll do awful in areas like Philadelphia. He'll get crushed in Chester, Montgomery, and Delaware. And if John Fetterman was the front runner, uh, uh, Sean Parnell, even though he definitely isn't a moderate, he would definitely outperform Trump if it was him versus John Fetterman. So, yeah. So, I think it's clear that I think Pennsylvania wants Connor Lamb, but again, this race could be divided. We don't know who will win. If it's Fetterman, I think Republicans will probably have it easier, especially since Montgomery will probably sway more Republican. Who knows? Uh, the Sean Parnell might even get cracked 40% in Montgomery County. That county, I don't think has ever voted Republican since 1988, and that in 1992 it swung heavily to the left because George H.W. Bush, I guess, pissed off a lot of Republicans. However, that county is said to be a moderate Republican county. However, I could do a video on just Montgomery County in the future. Uh, so when there's some Democrat progress, Fetterman, like, all the polls show Fetterman up, but it's early, but maybe the Fetterman people could be cheering about this. Uh, Also, data progress. That's the same. That's a Democrat. Looks like they want John Fetterman more than anything. However, this is kind of getting old, and Connor Lamb already did his endorsement, but they did do. And Sean Parnell will get crushed by 8%, but if it was, but data progress showed Sean Parnell winning if it was Connor Lamb, and Jeff Bartos if it's him versus Connor Lamb would only win by 1 point. So I feel like they're just showing that John Fetterman will be the ultimate candidate, and say that if Connor Lamb runs, the Republicans will crush Connor Lamb. But I kind of feel like this race is going to be close. It's going to come down to what candidate is the best, and it also depends if Joe Biden can make a comeback maybe, and maybe get, because I think his approval rating's awful. He can make a comeback, but again, Biden only won the state by 1 point. That's like weaker than Obama. I think that's even weaker than when Kerry won in 2004 and Al Gore in 2000. So Pennsylvania, very close. The state overall is trending red. However, much slower than states like Ohio, which have already been like the Virginia of the Midwest. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. That's my thoughts on the 2022 United States Senate prediction in Pennsylvania. I'll see you guys later. Red Siegel.